know that slowly but surely the Taliban is crumbling. Its defenses are crumbling. Its folks are defecting.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. But the terrorists thought through their attacks in September that they would split the world apart. But the exact opposite has happened.
こんばんは、筑紫哲也です。アメリカ軍によるアフガニスタン空爆が始まってから1ヶ月が経過しました。来週後半からはイスラム教の神聖な断食月、ラマダンが始まりますが、アメリカ側は攻撃を継続する構えで戦争は泥沼化するのではといった懸念も出始めております。
アフガニスタンへの軍事攻撃を続けているアメリカとイギリスの両国首脳が会談し、テロ組織壊滅に向けて協力を誓い合いました。またアメリカ政府はビンラディン氏率いるテロ組織の資金源を断つため、地下銀行グループの資金の凍結や関係者逮捕に踏み切るなど、対テロ戦争の成果を強調しています。
We know that slowly but surely the Taliban is crumbling.
How important it is that at this moment in time we carry on building that strong coalition.
両首脳はタリバン崩壊後の新政権について、アフガニスタンのあらゆる勢力階層からなる幅広い連合政権とすることを確認しました。アメリカのアフガン攻撃に対しては、民間施設への誤爆や軍事作戦の長期化に批判が出ているだけに、ブッシュ大統領は連日のように主要国の首脳と会談し、各国から理解と支持を改めて取り付けたい考えです。
次ですが、連続特集世界が変わった日の33回目です。今日は同時多発テロで大きな打撃を受けたアメリカ経済について、そしてアメリカが日本に何を望んでいるのか、ブッシュ大統領とも非常に親しいと言われておりますアメリカ経済界のリーダーに聞きました。
おとといプライベートジェットで成田空港に降り立ったのはスティーブ・ヴァンアンデル氏。全米商工会議所の会頭として加盟する300万社の企業の頂点に立つ人物です。来日の目的は日本の経済状況の視察、そして政府や経済界トップとの会談です。アメリカ経済の象徴とも言っていい世界貿易センタービルが一瞬にして破壊されてから間もなく2ヶ月、ブッシュ大統領とも親交が深いという経済界のトップヴァン・アンデル氏は日本に何を伝えに来たのでしょうか。
You visited here in Japan in a very crucial, important time of war and terrorism, and so I'd like to ask you, what is the main purpose to come to Japan, and also what would be the message to the Japanese people and the government?
I'm coming with a message of encouragement towards continuing down the path that's been established of economic reform. I think many of those reforms are certainly reforms that will help in not only the Japanese economy, but in the relationship we have between the economic relationship we have between our two markets. Also, I'd like to bring a message of optimism about the U.S. economy and what's happening or where the U.S. economy is headed.
Obviously, for the temporary, the American economy is slowing and facing a difficult time. What would you see in the short term and the medium term?
Since September 11th, of course, confidence went way down, and I think the economy shrunk much quicker than anyone had expected it to. We certainly will see that happen through the rest of this year. But I do have confidence in the American people, and I do think after the first of the year we'll begin to see that turn. And somewhere towards mid-year next year, I think we'll begin to see some positives happen.
It's rather optimistic.
Now, the fundamentals are very positive. There are low inventories. Productivity is very high. Unemployment, although it's gone up a little bit recently, is still relatively low. And the interest rates are still are very low.
ショー・ザ・フラッグ、目に見える貢献をという アメリカ政府高官の発言に対し自衛隊派遣という答えを出した日本政府。しかしアメリカからはむしろ経済の立て直しこそ今日本ができる最大の貢献ではないかという声が聞こえてきます。
The Japanese economy is in very bad shape, I should say. So, what do you see about, for instance, the risk of investment towards Japan, or the confidence about the Japanese economy?
When American business looks at the future in Japan, there's a certain amount of uncertainty right now as to exactly what's going to happen, particularly with the economic reforms. And I know that as a businessman, uncertainty will create hesitancy as to whether I'd want to invest capital or not. And so from a businessman's point of view, I certainly would like to see a little more certainty in what the future looks like to be able to allow that capital and that trade to happen back and forth.
Japanese the reform is too little, too slow sometimes.
A lot of times you have an idea, or at least business has an idea of where they want to end up, but they recognize that it's a lot like being on a sailboat, where even though you want to get out here, you may have to tack back and forth a couple times to get there. As long as you keep going in the same direction, it's okay. It's when you turn around and start going in the opposite direction that it's time to stop and think about what you're doing as to where you want to head.
この戦争はグローバル化への反発が生んだ悲劇だという人は少なくありません。この先世界の経済は方向転換を迫られるのか、それともアメリカの経済界はさらなるグローバル化を進めていくのでしょうか。
One thing clear about globalization is that, as you mentioned, the free flow of human commodity, money, and information. Don't you think this terrorist attack might interrupt this kind of free flow?
I think what the terrorist attack will do is it may change some of our standards or some of our practices that we have in order to make sure that we're secure and that we're safe. But I don't think it will change our ability to have free flow of capital and free flow of goods.
Another criticism against globalization, particularly emerged by this incident, is that this would be widen the gap between to have and have not, or poor, rich and poor.
I think that when you look at different markets and you look at developing markets versus developed markets and you look at the standard of living in both, I think the objective is to try and bring the developing markets up as quickly as possible to that standard of the developed markets. That's bringing the two together. That's not splitting them apart. And I think that's what trade does. That's in essence what my definition of globalization does. The terrorists thought through their attacks in September that they would split the world apart. But the exact opposite has happened. You see the world coming together, I think, as a result of those attacks.
Optimism is so much with the American character.
Yes. I like to aim at a target high because then I have more likelihood to grow. If I aim at a target that's low and I hit it, that means I shrink. So I'm not going to aim down there. I'm going to aim up there.
I see.
なるほど。それこそもうアメリカ経済大丈夫だ大丈夫だってこうなんかねお尻に出したっていうそういう感じですよね。
それは一つの目的だったと思いますが、もう一つは要するに、みんな自衛隊の方に目が向いてるけど、本当に日本がやるその貢献策というのは自分の経済をちゃんとすることだということだと思うんですね。それともう一つは1週間滞在するわけですけども、それいろんな人に会ったりいろんなものを見て歩く。で多分ですね、大統領との関係から言えばホワイトハウスに日本はこうですということをこう報告をするか言う場面があると思うんですね。その時に改革は日本は本当にやれるのかやれないのかという判断材料としてこういうその来日というのが一つの意味を持っちゃうかもしれませんね。